Well, welcome in, Giants fans, to Turnin 2. I'm lucky enough to kick off this show with the one and only Manaea and Ross Stripling, new to the Giants, not new to the game. And I'm so excited to get to know you guys a little bit and have the fans get to know you some. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah,
thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Maybe we'll start with you, Sean, as to your why. Why did you want to come to the Giants?
Playing in Oakland, I got to know the Bay Area pretty well, and I fell in love with it. I was there for a while, and got to experience different parts of the Bay, and San Francisco being one of them. Lived there for a couple of years, and just love the energy of the city, and great franchises all around. With Oakland, and especially here, and a lot of great players have come through here, and I just heard a lot about pitching development, and a lot of guys have recently come through here and had a lot of success.
We enjoyed watching you across the Bay, but I think the fans are really happy to have you now.
Excited to be here.
Yeah. What's your why, Ross?
Piggybacking some of the stuff he said as well, my teammate last year was Kevin Gosman, who just raved about his time in San Francisco, both the city and the team, but also just like the staff and how he got better as a pitcher. He's had a rough part in his career, and the Giants turned him into basically a Cy Young candidate, and he goes and has another great year in Toronto. And then a division I'm very familiar with, came up with the Dodgers, debuted in Oracle Park, which was a lot of fun for me, and just kind of full circle. It's a city that I love, my wife loves. We came up here a lot, and just always enjoyed the city, and it's always been my favorite ballpark. Anyone asks, like, what's your favorite ballpark? I've always said Oracle. So just a lot of things kind of clicking together, and it made a lot of sense.
So I know you guys know that we have the greatest broadcast team. I'm a little bit biased, but Kruk and Kipe, John Miller, Dave Fleming, but Kruk and Kipe in particular, they talk about what it was like when they played against each other, and Mike did not like Dwayne. He hated pitching to him. He was super pesty. Like, he just would bunt, he'd just drive Mike crazy. So when he gets traded to the Giants, he's like, I don't like that guy.
Yeah.
And then they're obviously BFFs. So with you two, what were your thoughts of each other? Because you only met one time prior to being on this team. What did you think of the other one, and what do you think now?
I forgot how big he was.
I
knew he was big.
He's a big boy.
He is way bigger than I remember. We just had a dinner years and years ago, like 2017. We just went to a dinner in LA because we had a mutual friend on the Oakland A's. And I remember thinking he was big then or whatever, but then saw him again this spring. I'm like, dude, you're gigantic. And we call anyone that watches Moana, my son's too, he loves Moana.
Oh, he does.
Just Maui.
Yes,
Just absolute Maui.
So, and everything.
Goofball right here. Goofball. Just a happy-go-lucky, smiley guy, but also someone that turns it on when the lights are on. So it's just a good balance.
Did you know his favorite dessert is milk and cookies?
It makes total sense.
Like a big kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just seeing him on the mound, I don't think we could be any more opposites of each other. It's kind of like Taylor and Tyler, right? Like, he's way over the top. I'm more sidearm, lefty. Like, but yeah, I think as far as like human being goes, around the league, you just hear how cool Ross is, and
super cool.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Known for my coolness.
It's known throughout the league that you're really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ross, you're an investment advisor, licensed stockbroker.
Wow.
Did you know that, Sean?
I know that. Wow.
See, this is what the show's all about.
Yeah.
It's about, yes. So tell us a little bit about that process, because you did this, you took the series and all that while you were a player.
Right.
How difficult was that? How much fun was that?
Yeah, it was both, for sure. So I studied finance in college at Texas A&M, graduated with my degree, and after my first full year in the minor leagues, I tore my UCL. So I was kind of...
A little downtime.
Well, yeah, but I was even at like a pivot or a period in my life where I was like, gosh, I have my degree. Should I just go work, or should I keep playing baseball? It was kind of like that. So what we decided was, you're going to definitely get into the rehab and make sure you're back healthy, but use that time to maybe establish a backup plan. And that's where I got in with an investment firm in Houston. They got me licensed, 2 big tests that were very stressful to study and take, but I passed them both. And thank you.
Yeah.
And since then have actively taken on accounts, mostly family and friends and a few acquaintances.
I was ask, do you have any players that you're?
I don't have any players. I've tried to.
Sean, can you hand over your portfolio, please? Your
yeah,
financial
please.
portfolio.
Yeah.
So far, I've mostly kept that separate. The most stressful one is my father-in-law is retired, and he retired right at the start of 2022, which was like the 3rd worst market in the history. So that was been stressful, but he's doing fine. but it's fun. It's different every day. It's a great hobby. It's a productive hobby.
And so, Sean, I want to talk to you about, you have this Samoan background, but you grew up in Indiana.
Yep.
And I don't know what that's like for you to
Indiana?
be Samoan in Indiana. I'm guessing there's not a huge Samoan population, but
No.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. No, it was pretty much my dad, my half brother, and then my brother, 2 brothers. That was pretty much the Polynesian community. But it was also normal.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
know.
what you knew.
Didn't know anything. Just heard my dad talk about the island and things like that, and I was always like very curious from a very young age.
I was going to
and-
ask about the cultural
Did your
side.
dad grow up there?
Yeah, he was born and raised there,
Awesome.
and yeah, I never was able to like go out there. We never, had the money or anything to like go out to American Samoa. But yeah, growing up in Indiana, I look pretty Samoan, but I'm also half white and like not a farm boy, but steak and potatoes
Sure.
kind of
Sure.
guy.
Sure.
So since being out in California, obviously there's a lot bigger Polynesian community in California, just everywhere you look, which is really cool. And that's something I'm pretty passionate about, is just understanding that side, the culture, everything like that. And since being in California, it's been able to see different things and see all that. So it's it's been great.
Okay, so you grew up in Indiana. So Ross, you're from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the language is the same within that region, but very different in California, some words that we use versus what I believe you use. So I just wanted to have a little word play fun.
Okay.
I heard you the other day in your interview talk about having flapjacks.
Pancakes.
Flapjacks.
I translated. I was like, "Oh, we have. That's so cute. They say flapjacks." Okay, pop.
Yeah, so I say Coke, but
You say Coke.
You say
Yeah.
Coke.
Yeah.
One of them.
Soda.
That's a Southern thing.
Soda.
Yeah.
So you say Coke.
Coke, yeah.
Texas, it's Coke. Across the board, even if it's Pepsi.
It's definitely not pop or soda. Yeah, so it's Coke, or maybe you just say Dr. Pepper. I mean, Dr. Pepper's huge in Texas.
Yeah.
so-
Okay. That's
Can I
good.
get a Coke? Yeah. What kind? Dr. Pepper. See, that's just.
Yeah, I agree. It's not the most efficient.
Okay, a bubbler. What's a bubbler?
Bubbler.
Sean, you're not doing very good
that's
at this.
a water fountain.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Took me
A
a while.
bubbler.
Yeah.
Bubbler. How about
Yeah. So what is
bag
what?
as opposed to bag? Bag. I have a
Bag?
buddy
Bag?
that's from the Bay Area that went to UCLA and we got drafted together, and he would say bag, like
No.
a grocery bag.
No.
No, okay. I
Something's
just
wrong
assumed that
with
was
him.
a NorCal thing. Yeah, okay.
I thought that was like a Minnesota thing.
Big.
Or
Like yeah, they'd be like,
Wisconsin.
Okay, yeah.
don't
Big.
ya?
Don't
Don't
you
ya?
know?
Don't you
Oh
know?
yeah, bud.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, bud.
Yeah, darn tootin'.
You are darn tootin'. That's maybe my favorite accent. Okay, so tell me what is puppy chow? Because in my world, it's dog food,
Yeah.
not in yours.
Chex Mix, powdered sugar,
He's just so upset.
chocolate, some kind of chocolate. Oh,
Oh,
like
Chex Mix.
melted chocolate
Ooh,
and powdered sugar.
ooh.
It's kind
You cook it? Bake it?
of, you like melt the chocolate.
Oh.
So I
Pour
guess
it
that'd
all
be the-
over?
Yeah, pour it in.
Christmas thing in Texas for sure.
Yeah.
My wife and I will
Fall.
make it and like give it to our neighbors.
You make puppy chow?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. we
Oh,
make some
it's
for our neighbors
Stripling's
and our
game is
neighbors'
puppy
dogs.
chow
Yeah.
again. Okay, ope.
Oh,
You do this one?
that is. I
love this.
didn't realize that I say that all the time until like a year ago when my girlfriend brought up a video about like Midwest, tropes and stuff like
Terminology.
terminology, and that was one of the things, and I was like, oh, well, that's crazy. And then like
Everybody
2 seconds
says
later,
that.
I just, oh,
Oh.
yeah. If I'm like
Do you know it, Ross?
excusing
Do you know what it means?
myself or something.
It sounds like it's if you're excusing yourself or something.
You're
Not
quick.
like
You're
if I'm
quick.
like moving, I'm like, oh,
It's sorry.
Yeah.
It's
that's
like
a
an
very
apology.
Interesting,
everybody
yeah.
I know from Indiana says,
Oh.
yeah,
I'm gonna start saying that. Jeet.
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 Jeet,
Jeet.
It's like shorthand for did you eat?
Jeet,
Jeet.
Jeet,
Jeet.
Jeet,
Jeet.
yeah.
Jeet.
If I heard like one of my family members say it, I'd be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And this one's kind of this one I feel goes across the board, but we don't say it here. It's schnookered. Schnookered?
Schnookered,
Schnookered.
You're schnookered?
schnookered, like hitched.
Sounds like you're drunk.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we say like schnockered.
Yeah, I feel like
I've heard that here, but I hadn't heard schnockered. You did pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to ask you guys if you can tell the Rogers twins apart.
Yes. Now, if I were to,
Not when they're on the mound and throwing.
well,
Like,
if they're standing right behind me and I had to like quickly identify them, it would take me a
second.
second. But I'd say I'm like 85% accurate.
How about you?
If they're next to each other, I feel pretty good. But if like, let's say I'm just like going to dinner and one of them's there, and I will not know which one is which.
They
if
could go
they're-
the whole night
if they're
and
not together. Yeah.
claim that they're the other person. And
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how many times they've done that. Can you spell Yastrzemski?
Um,
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
look at that Yastrzemski. Y-A-Z, and then I get lost. Y-A-Z, yes.
No, you're
It's not even the start.
No.
Y-A-S-Z?
Y-S-Z?
Y-A, yeah, I don't know.
Y-A-S-T-R-E-M
Oh, yeah.
Z-I-C-K-I.
Man, that was a good, that was
I
like a
tried,
good
I
effort.
tried.
Maybe we'll end the season with these two and see if they can tell the Rogers twins apart and spell Yastrzemski. And then I want to ask about your nicknames. Do you know each other's nicknames?
I mean,
Do you know Ross's?
chicken strip?
Yes!
Yeah, chicken strip.
That's
I think
good.
it's on your glove, isn't it?
It is on my glove.
Yeah.
Most people just call me Strip.
Yeah.
The chicken strip gets screamed at me a lot. I literally asked you, I was like, what do people call you? And you go, Sean.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sick nickname, man.
Yeah, sweet.
I don't know, Nene. I was
I
Manaea
like
for
that
my
one. Annihilator's
Annihilator.
awesome.
player. That was a shout out Josh Fagley. He gave me that.
That's a good
Oh,
one.
and Stephen Vogt. Shout out Stephen Vogt.
Aw.
They,
Good giant.
yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
He was a giant for a minute.
Annihilator.
Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah.
Sean and Ross, thank you so much for your time. I hope that you had fun and getting to know each other a little bit better. I know the fans are going to love it. Thank you.
Yeah. Had a great time. Thank you.